What if you were already good enough? What if you were built exactly the way you were supposed to? What if everything was meant for you? With all the opportunities that exist today, why haven't you reached your next level of income, life, and wealth? In most cases, we've been lied to. We've been told that if you find the right opportunity and you work hard, you can be successful. And that's simply not true. Millionaires, billionaires, and successful people have realized you need the foundation for wealth, the habits. And that's exactly what you'll be learning on the Millionaire Success Habits podcast. All success starts here. What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Millionaire Success Habits podcast. It's so amazing to have you here. Thank you for all the followers. How this podcast is growing is unbelievable. You know, they're about 7 to 10 minutes if this is the first time you're joining me, and I'm sharing my biggest breakthroughs, my biggest habits for success, and then the things that hit me along the week. I'm blessed to run 13 different successful companies. I've generated hundreds of millions of dollars in my life, and I've failed miserably. And I've also had some great accomplishments and breakthroughs. So as I learn, as I grow, as I experience and rob things from other successful people, I get to share them right here. And it feels amazing and all the feedback's incredible. Remember, before you're done, if you haven't already, go to subscribetodean.com. That's subscribetodean.com so you can get bonuses and discounts and reminders when we go live. Okay, for today's podcast, I have something I really want you to ponder. I really want you to think about. Again, if you're here, you want another level of success. You're not here just for the entertainment. I don't tell jokes. Well, sometimes I get a little joke, but I don't tell jokes. I don't hand out $100 bills. I don't have a magic money machine. If you're listening to me, you know that I talk about we got to go upstream. We have to build the habits. We have to have the rules. We need to know how to play the game of success or else we lose. When you know how to play the game of success, you win. And I want you to win with all of me. So let me just ask you to ponder this. What if you were already good enough? What if you were built exactly the way you were supposed to? What if everything was meant for you? Here's why I'm thinking about this. I shared with somebody today about a book I read probably a year ago called Dying to Be Me. In this book, it's about near-death experience. And in this book, the main character, the woman, and this is a true story, the woman who wrote the book, she was Indian, but raised in Tokyo, if I remember right. I've read the book over a year ago. Raised in Tokyo. So imagine being Indian, raised in Tokyo, going to a British school. Wow, think of all that. Always felt like an outsider. Always felt like she didn't fit in. And then she was brought up in a culture and a religion where her father and mother had her husband picked out since she was young. And she went against the culture. She wasn't going to marry this guy. Last minute, she bails out. So now, barely talking to her parents, not talking to her dad, lets her family down. And she just held all these things of what was wrong with her, how she wasn't smart enough, how she wasn't dedicated to her religion enough, how she wasn't this enough, and played small. And this is my recollection of the book. You can determine it any way you want. But she got cancer. And all the way to stage 4 cancer, down to 90 pounds, pretty much on life support in the hospital, and has a near-death experience. So detailed. It's an amazing book. She heard word-for-word conversations the doctor was having with her husband 4 offices down the hall. Like crazy stuff. Anyway, she has this near-death experience, and it's not like she had a conversation with God. She felt that higher presence, God, whatever you believe in, talking to her when she died at 90 pounds, stage 4 cancer, no way she's going to make it. And she has this conversation, and she immediately feels and realizes in the moment that she was built exactly the way she was supposed to. She was built absolutely perfect, that God, the universe, doesn't make mistakes. That all of that worry, all of that stress was the cancer. All of that thinking she wasn't good enough. All of that thinking she wasn't loved. She was loved by God, loved by the universe, whatever you believe, that she was made perfect. She realized in this moment that all of her worries were pointless because she was not only okay, she was not just good enough, she was perfect. She was excellent. She said in this book, she loved it so much and felt so comfortable she wanted to stay. But this present said it wasn't her time. She needed to go back and make an impact. Stage 4 cancer, 90 pounds. She comes back. 2 weeks later, she's at a wedding 6 months later, she's back 100% cured. She's been on the mark. She's been on the circuit giving talks all over the world ever since. In fact, there was a doctor from New York that didn't believe her story and went to England to prove her wrong. And when he read her chart of stage 4, terminal cancer, 90 pounds, no way she could live, and then all of a sudden she's on stage crushing it a year later, sharing her story and inspiring others, he immediately converted. In fact, I think he helped write her book. So when I read that story, it's just a reminder, what if we didn't have to wait till a near-death experience? What if we have to wait till the end of our lives when we're 90 years old? What if you realize today you're good enough? You're beyond good enough. You're perfect. You're perfect to start the business. You're perfect to scale your business. You're perfect to not listen to the naysayers who tell you you're crazy. You're perfect that if you want to listen to personal growth and personal development podcasts and read books and get inspired and go to a next level, you're perfect. What if being the black sheep of your family is your way of breaking the pattern of binds that hold your family back, or breaking the chains that lock them to the wrong jobs, lock them to the wrong relationships, lock them to the wrong health habits? What if you're being a blacksmith or a black sheep? What if you being different is your calling? It is your desire. It's your must to change the legacy of your family name, of your family. Whatever it takes, I want you to realize today, maybe for the first time in your life, you're beyond okay. You're beyond good enough. You are absolutely perfect. Stop hesitating. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting until a near-death experience. Stop waiting until you're broke, or stop waiting until your spouse or your friends or your family or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your parents support you. They may never. What if you were good enough today? What if this silly little short podcast reminded you of how all the good things that you've done, that you're there, you're here on this earth to make an impact. You could play small, you could dim your light for other people, or you could decide today that you are going to take action. This is a short little powerful, at least I hope it's powerful podcast to remind you, to tell you that you are amazing. I don't care about your flaws. We all have them. I don't care how many times you failed. I bet you I've failed more. I don't care how many things you have embarrassing that they're kind of hidden. I have plenty of them myself. But I found a way to focus on what could allow me to go to the next level, and I obsessed on it. I failed. I was told that I'd never make it. I was told I'm pathetic. I was told I'm a dreamer, but I'm still here. And I hope this message inspires you. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the growth of my podcast. I appreciate you telling friends, all the likes. I appreciate all the follows on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. Make sure you get over to YouTube and subscribe and watch everything I do there. If you're watching on YouTube, great, subscribe now. If you're not, get over to YouTube, check it out, and follow me on Instagram. You guys are amazing. And remember, all success starts right here. Listen, if you like the video, make sure you click subscribe right now so you never miss an episode. And while you're there, click the notification bell so you'll know when the next one goes live. You can always follow us on Instagram, and if you don't already have Millionaire Success Habits, you can grab it for free at deansfreebook.com. Remember, all success starts here.